the end of the day, when all of you biatches are talking about the man gotta make more, he gotta step up, it's not right, it's not fair, oh my God, you're poor, you're a bum, crusty, rusty, ashy. I'm not gonna settle. No settling. I'm not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Got a new song, y'all. Anyway, got it. Settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Oh my God. Settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
New York got it on y'all breast, booty, thighs, lips. That's the worm on the hook.
Breast, booty, thighs, lips. That's the worm on the hook, y'all, in case you didn't know. Breast, booty. Breast, booty, thighs. 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 Booty, thighs, lips. Booty, thighs. Booty, thighs, lips. Booty, booty, thighs, lips. Booty, thighs, booty, thighs, lips.
Spiders, makeup, weave. Hey, spiders, makeup, weave. Hey, we got a new song. We got a new song. You all are the gift that keep on giving us, 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 on giving us. Hey. 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 spiders, makeup, weave. Hey, we got a new song. We got a new song. You all are the gift that keep on giving, I swear.
I told you, this thing is bigger than Nino Brown, and I gotta listen. Order. If I'm going down, I'm taking a whole lot of people with me.
Order in the court.
You're incapable of running this shit. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change. Leave me. You know, man. Get the fuck out.
For every man, there's a woman.
And for every dummy, there's a dummy. Dummy.
I'm gonna let you know right now, your mama's a hoe. It doesn't matter that that's your mama and what your certain feelings about her. Your mama is a hoe. She's a hoe.
I'm selling coats. I'm selling coats. I'm selling coats.
I beg your pardon?
I'm selling coats. I'm selling coats. I'm selling coats.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for that bitch. I don't.
Because I've lost all respect for that bitch. BICTH. And I'm standing on it.
I am Tiffany A. Henyard of Dalton, Illinois.
This video will look at how to pronounce Chicago and Illinois.
Illinois.
And we don't put out the good things that is happening. But you guys got to connect the dots. DOTTS.
What?
Dots.
Communication. COMMUNICATINOS. So stop with the grandstand. For the 18th time, you guys got to learn to get out your feelings because you guys want to be petty.
Because y'all got false narratives out there and y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power.
What kind of shit is that?
You're going to jail.
You're going to jail.
I am history.
I beg your pardon?
I am the 21st century history.
I beg your pardon?
I am your Rosa Parks, your Harriet Tubmans, your Harriet Tubmans, your Harriet Tubmans.
Who the hell is Harriet Tubmans? Who in the hell is Harriet Tubmans, Bueller? Can someone can somebody let me know who Harriet Tubmans is, please?
What kind of shit is that?
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
The racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
We like free stuff. So we came out here to get all this free stuff. But then the car saying, you can't get the free stuff. What? Because the people want to take it. And how y'all going to take some stuff that ain't even yours? It's free.
So I got my 2 baskets and pick the bus or whatever.
Wait a damn minute.
We get down here, we get some free stuff.
We're already in a recession. Times are hard. Why not just let us get the items and invest and be okay? We are black women. We care about our crown. Why not give back to the community and let us get the product? The tools, any other eviction.
Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. What? Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Yeah, Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Yeah, Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs, dogs. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs, dogs. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs. Millions and millions of dogs eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs, dogs, dogs. They're eating the dogs. Find the way, my God. The dogs, dogs, dogs. And it's a shame. Eating the cat, eating the cat. Eating the cat, 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 eating the cat. They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs, they're eating the dogs, 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 they're eating the dogs, eating the dogs, they're eating the dogs, dogs. Millions and millions of dogs eating the dogs, they're eating the dogs, 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 they're eating the dogs, eating the dogs, they're eating the dogs, dogs, and it's a shame. Eating the cat, 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 eating the cat.
Hey, she don't want no puppy, she want a big dog. Watch my clothes the other day, found a tin ball. I love you. Flip phone for the jug, just a throwaway. I'm riding with some shooters, we love. I love you.
Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce, Beyonce, Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce, 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 Beyonce. Party with Beyonce. Beyonce, Beyonce, Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce, 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 Beyonce. Party with Beyonce. Beyonce.
Carry on.
Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. 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 Hold up. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. 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 Beyonce.
H-Town.
Yay! Happy Monday. Happy Lori Lightfoot Day. Hey there, besties. Let me know that you can hear me. So I'm pushing the microphone further away, okay? So I'm not yelling and screaming because you know I'm going to be loud. So I don't want to be loud in your ear because I keep hearing the complaints. So I'm trying to rectify. Let me know if you can hear me, okay? I appreciate you. Shout out to everybody that is here on this daggone messy ass Monday for Big Tiff and Lori Lightfoot. Finally. This better be good, even though I don't know what kind of difference it's going to make. Anybody know what kind of difference is it going to make? Please let me know. Because, child, at this point, ain't she all for everything any daggone way? I don't know what's going on. We about to figure it out. I got a couple things because, you know, they probably going to be late. What is it? 6:20 right now. I got stuff for y'all. We can make it till 7 o'clock. I think Reality Check TV Chicago, shout out to him, is going to stream today. I don't see Critical on here today. Burgundy is talking about, there she is, that Nate is on the ballot. So shout out to Nate. Nate Fields. So it looks like Nate Fields made the ballot for supervisor. So shout out to him. And and good daggone luck, because child, they need all the luck that they can get. But anyway, before we get into all that, shout out to everyone who is here. I see you. I do appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. We have 240 between both channels, so subscribe to both if you haven't. All right. I got to get my ish all back together, y'all. I've been lazy. I've been actually working. They made me work today. Imagine that. Imagine that making me work. What kind of mess, child? Anyway, so after this week, Wednesday, I should be good so I can make more videos, because I'll be tired once I'm done at work, right? I'm here for y'all, though. I'm here for y'all. I'm here for us, all right? Let me go ahead and acknowledge where I'm at. See, this is why I don't like to have this on, because I don't be knowing where to look. And I know I be looking half crazy, child. I'm figuring it out. Shout out to Rich Reloaded, a member for a month. I see you. I appreciate you, honey. Says sexy, messy. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you. Shout out to all of y'all that are in here. You guys have been so kind. I appreciate you. Shout out to our girl. Hey, y'all. Let's see what Lori got for us today. A bunch of bullshit, y'all. I have no idea. I have no doubt. Shout out to MICHONDENYSE. Thank you so much, hon. I see you. I appreciate you. Shout out to Chocolate Bunny up in here. Thank you so much, hon. She said, hit the like. Yes, everyone, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I appreciate you. Shout out to Chocolate Bunny. Shout out to Decline Management holding it down over in the Gentleman's Lounge. Shout out to you. He said, we see you. We appreciate you, Mrs. M. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for being here for this foolishness, child. Even if it wasn't about Tiff, y'all already know it's all foolishness over here. We do not care. We will judge. Live with it. And we will. Shout out to Yaz201. Shout out to you for being a member for 2 months. Boo. Hey, love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a member. Shout out to all the channel members. I see you. I appreciate you. Shout out to everyone that has already subscribed, even not the Cloud Watchers, but shout out to the Cloud Watchers. Just go ahead and hit the like button at minimum. That's all I'm asking you for, please. Shout out to Uncle Rick. Hey, boo. I appreciate you. He said, hey, pumpkin. Hi, hon. I appreciate you. We got these terrible MSG people up in here. Tyrone, are you an MSGer? Because I know Manzette is. How in the hell are y'all going to try to just start taking over on my damn show? What in the entire hell? Anyway, so, all right, wait, I'm not going to tap into Burgundy right now, because we got to get a little bit of Tiffany update. So shout out to BT. If y'all don't know who Broken Traditions is, he's a bestie as well. He has his own channel, and he tries to do nice content, unlike me, right? He try to be, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Nope. Mama Gemini, that is 2 times. I believe 2 times in a row that you have been late. And you know damn well you would not allow me to get away with being 1 second late. You're going to talk about his traffic. That's an excuse. This is what I hear. Bullshit. Everybody throw tomatoes at Mama Gemini. You are my roving reporter, but child, you're not going to come up in here late, make excuses, and think that I'm not going to talk about you. I'm going to definitely talk about you. Anyway, let me get back to this mess. Child, let me go on over to the news broadcast, because child, Tiffany been wilding, of course. She been wilding, of course, as per usual. So this is as of, child, I can't even tell. It says Tiffany Henyard in indirect criminal contempt over Dalton liquor licenses case, judge finds. Anybody find Larry yet? Has anyone found Larry yet? We ain't seen him in over a year. This is sad. This is just sad. Let's see what's going on, child.
The mayor of Dalton was back in a courtroom today. A business owner took legal action after she says the mayor refused to sign paperwork she needed to open her business. Regina Waldrop was in the court for today's hearing.
Of course she was.
This is the 3rd time this year that this case has been before a Cook County judge. Today, the owners of the business are able to walk away with 2 of the 3 liquor licenses they applied for, while Mayor Henyard is facing a serious charge from the judge. Yeah. Frustration and relief for a small business owner.
It's about time.
Tiffany Kamara left the Cook County courtroom with the liquor licenses she needs to open.
Child, them hips is hipping, ain't they, child? Hold on. Let's back it on up. Child. Hey, boo. Them hips is hipping. Look at her hips, child.
It's about time. Tiffany Kamara left the Cook County courtroom with the liquor licenses she needs to open St. Patrick's, a family-owned restaurant and bank.
Who lives down there? How come y'all never told me about St. Patrick's? Is this because it's closed? Is that why y'all didn't tell me? That looked like an office building. That does not look like a place that you go eat. This is in Dalton? Anybody in the area that knows what is going on here? I don't know. I see the chairs and everything. It's a I guess that would be 5-story steakhouse. Yeah, we're gonna need some liquor in there, child. Let's see her switch a little bit more, and then I'll move on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll move on.
Tiffany Kamara left the Cook County courtroom with the liquor licenses she needs to open St. Patrick's, a family-owned restaurant and banquet hall on Lincoln Avenue in Dalton.
This should have been over, like he said, in November.
Kamara took legal action after she says she wasn't able to obtain licenses from Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who also serves as liquor commissioner. On Wednesday, Cook County Judge Cecilia Horan gave Henyard until 5 p.m. Thursday night to sign the licenses.
Oh, hell no. No. Ain't that don't pray?
That deadline not met.
Ain't that don't pray for me, William Moore? This man has nothing else better to do in life, because that's not McStuffins. Isn't that William Moore? Somebody confirm, because it ain't Kamal. It is not Kamal. Child, if that's William Moore, he really ain't got shit else to do in life, okay? Except for follow Tiffany around everywhere she go.
In court Friday, Henyard signed them after the judge threatened her with contempt. After the license...
Child, she looking like a straight bum at this point. You went out the house looking like this, girl? That's not like you, Tiff.
The judge threatened her with contempt. After the licenses were signed, the judge found Henyard in indirect criminal contempt, but she wasn't taken into custody.
There are different kinds of contempt. What that means is that in the presence of the court, the mayor was disrespectful to the authority of the court.
No.
Because she was asked by the judge, will you sign the licenses, yes or no? And instead of answering the judge's question, she was, she didn't talk in circles. So because of that, the judge held her in indirect criminal contempt.
Max Solomon is...
First of all, this goofball. Shout out to McDonald's, McStuffins, whatever his name is, the non-lawyer lawyer, allegedly. But what this man wants to say, okay, let me speak for you, white man. What this man wants to say is that she was being typical when she was in the courtroom. I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You heard what I said? Because I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you. That's all right, Adrian. I'll say it. She was acting typical, okay? And she said, you're not gonna tell me. Child, we know. Come on, Vuk.
Was, she didn't talk in circles. So because of that, the judge held her in indirect criminal contempt.
Max Solomon is Henyard's attorney.
It's very important for the people to understand that the documents that were...
Tether. Just what the world needs, another daggone tether up in here tethering, right? That's all I'm hearing right now. That's all I'm hearing. This is also what I hear.
No. 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 Hell no. No. No.
Oh my God. Wow. That's all I see. That's all I hear when I hear McStuffins. Come on, child. What you got to say?
were signed today had another entity on there.
Mm-hmm.
And
so that was the holdup on you.
That was the holdup. Mm-hmm. That was the only thing.
Kamara says she's lost time and money She says she wants Henyard to pay.
We want her to be fined. We want her to pay my client's attorney's fees, and we want damages.
We are wasting money every day. This building, nice building that people could have used, and jobs.
As for that criminal contempt charge, the judge is giving Mayor Henyard time to respond. This matter heads back to court next week. Reporting from Daily Center, I'm Regina Waldrop.
All they do is go to court down here. It would have been better if they took her in. That's what we waiting for. We waiting for them silver cuffs, child. We waiting for them silver cuffs. So anyway, good luck to that lady. And if it ever opens, child, you down there, you let me know. Maybe that might be a reason to go. But anyway, moving on, child, moving on. So the other stations are giving the updates on what's going on. So this is from Chicago, Fox 32 Chicago. Lightfoot to release findings into Tiffany Henyard's spending in Dalton. At this point, does it really matter, y'all? Seriously. First of all, she ain't got access to anything. Second of all, she on her way out as supervisor, likely on her way out at this point as far as mayor is concerned. She need to leave. You know what she gonna do? Y'all, you know what she gonna do like everybody else do? She gonna get on YouTube and do a YouTube channel. Anybody want to take bets on that? Ain't that what people do now? Just get onto YouTube. They'll listen to me. You don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Shout out to my girl. We have a snow bunny up in here. Shout out to Elizabeth. Always good to see you, hon. She says, what is this? I've been gone for a while and came back to see Michonne live, all in her gorgeousness. God bless 2025. Miss you. Shout out to our girl, one of our snow bunnies, Elizabeth. I understand you got to do what you got to do. We are always missing you. You're always welcome. Thank you so much for your support as always. Elizabeth been around, but Elizabeth been around. Her and my nephew, she has a son over there doing what they got to do. We will be here whenever you can or are able to come back. Appreciate you anytime. All right, so Lightfoot to release her findings in the Big Tiff spending, child.
And tonight, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot would hold court in the village of Dalton since last spring. She has been looking into Mayor Tiffany Henyard's alleged misuse of taxpayer dollars. Casey Cronus is live with a look ahead. Casey.
Hi, Terrence. After months of waiting, the public, in about 90 minutes, will get a clearer picture of just how much financial trouble the village is really in. Last April, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot was hired as an independent investigator amid questionable spending by Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard. In August, Lightfoot released a sneak peek of her findings, but made it
a sneak peek. I just realized this is for Dalton. I feel like I haven't seen those people in forever, meaning Jason and child, whoever the rest of them are called.
Clear there was much more work to do. It was then that community members were made aware.
Sorry for the interruptions, but look, remember the good old days, y'all? Do you remember the good old days when we would tune in every month, twice a month, to come over here into this room to listen to Big Tiff rail off on everybody, and people just sit there and take it, and the trustees would go back and forth, and Kiana would get in her ass, and Aunt wouldn't show up, and Stan would say something stupid. The crowd be all a mess. Everybody be outside. Yep. Gone are the good old days. Gone are the good old days. Remember when Tiff used to always have Keith Freeman right by her side? Lacey saying, what did he say, y'all? I'm going to clear the room. And then she's saying, call the roll, even though she do say that, right? But it's changed so much. It's changed so much from when we started. Yes, blessed and highly favored. The good old days. These are new times that we're in now. Yes, Clint, we missed the mess. I ain't gonna lie, I missed the mess, child. Obviously, we are not gonna see Tiffany today. We just want to hear what the hell it is that Lori done found out, if it's something that we don't know. Yes, memories. It's memories, child. We've been here that damn long. So I'm assuming that the Dalton trustees are going to be here, and then we'll see if all the people will be here and if it's going to be a mess or not. I'm pretty sure Aunt ain't going to come.
of Village credit card transactions amounting to tens of thousands of dollars on Amazon and Wayfair, and millions more owed to vendors. Tonight, Lightfoot's full report will be revealed, and she will share her own recommendations. The meeting is open to the public and starts at 6 o'clock. This comes less than 1 month until the mayoral election here in Dalton. Reporting live in Dalton.
All right, white girl. Moving on to one more, okay, because this is CBS News Chicago. Lori Lightfoot to provide final summary of investigation into Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard's spending. How much money did she make, y'all? How much money did she make? What was it? $2.50 an hour or something like that? Something, all these hours since last April. Unasked that seat. Yes, child. Yes, child. Look, Decline Management said I had brown hair when this started. Woo! Anyway, shout out to y'all. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Let's hear what they got to say. Then we're going to take a look at what Big Tiff has been saying.
And now to South Suburban Dalton and the investigation to find out if money is being mishandled there. Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot has been investigating Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard for months now. Tonight, she gives her final report.
Lightfoot was hired by the Dalton Board of Trustees to investigate Henyard's alleged misuse of public money. Marissa Perlman is live in the newsroom right now with what's coming up at that public meeting tonight. Good morning, Marissa.
Good morning to you both. Yeah, if you remember, this investigation started last April, and now we expect to hear the full results of that investigation tonight. This same investigation already revealed the South Suburban Village had a negative balance of more than $3.5 million. Now, Lori Lightfoot's probe focuses on Henyard's alleged misuse of village money, overspending on credit cards, and one controversial Las Vegas trip involving a sexual assault claim. Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard has repeatedly denied these allegations. Lightfoot revealed her preliminary findings last August, and she found overtime, especially with 2 officers, kept jumping year after year, and credit card spending to be out of control. Lightfoot also said there was $40,000 in unaccounted for money spent on Amazon.
And our understanding is that the village does not have an Amazon account. These are somebody using one of the credit cards and charging these amounts using your text.
Now, Henyard originally vetoed calls.
Yeah, that was the Addams family.
For an investigation into herself, but that was overturned by trustees. At the same time as this investigation is ongoing, the FBI is investigating Henyard for financial misconduct, including for that out-of-state travel, big purchases, and for potential corruption in both Dalton.
Look at that. That's when Tiffany was looking good. I mean, she still was a pain in the ass, but come on now, y'all know. Come on now, y'all know. She looked good, and then she turned into this.
I am history.
I beg your pardon.
I am the 21st century history.
I beg your pardon.
I am your Rosa Parks, your Harriet Tubmans, your Harriet Tubmans. Your Harriet Tubmans. Your Harriet Tubmans.
Who the hell is Harriet Tubmans? Who in the hell is Harriet Tubmans, Bueller? Can someone can somebody let me know who Harriet Tubmans is, please?
What kind of shit is that?
Can we figure out who Harriet Tubmans is? Anyway, child, this is basically the end of it. But Tiffany, why, Tiffany, why? You could have had it all. You could have been sitting pretty legally. Yeah, another official, a black woman, wilding, making everybody else look bad. I don't give a damn because I don't look bad. But I'm just saying, child, you make it hard for everybody else. Then there's the rest of them that's wilding and acting crazy, and y'all just can't go to work and just take a little off the top. Allegedly, okay? Just take a little off the top. Why I gotta be all this wild and crazy, egregious stuff? $40,000 on Wayfair or $40,000 on Amazon and trips here and to go to Vegas. Y'all, they wasn't even going to nowhere important. You going to fucking Vegas. Shout out to us if y'all coming to Vegas. We going to Vegas. We're going to Vegas. All right. But no, you had to take it too far. Nobody seems to know when to say when. You didn't stop. It was worse and people got tired of it. I can't believe they actually seemingly allegedly have taken you down because I didn't think it was possible. Remember when we used to watch the bingo games? Good times, y'all. Good times. Remember when we used to watch her record the Ain't No Stopping Us Now? Yo, we ain't heard that in a month of Sundays. Yo, shit. Remember I said she need to pay money to, McFadden and Whitehead as much as she freaking plays that damn song. I don't even remember the last time we heard that daggone song. So you know daggone well that times is tough. Times is tough for Tiff, all right? Ooh, that could be a good title for something. Times is tough for Tiff, all right? But do you think that she's going to admit that? No. So let's go ahead and go over here to her Facebook page, right? So she posted this. This is our friend BT, Broken Tradition. Shout out to BT. You famous because Big Tiff said, we're going to sit up here and we're going to see she's going to agree with you. She's going to agree with you, BT. So this is what she posted. This is BT's short.
Rather, Dr. King died from suffocation. In 1999, the King family won a wrongful death lawsuit against Lloyd Jowers for the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. The jury found that King was the victim of a conspiracy involving the Memphis police and federal agencies. The family was awarded $100 in damages. The lawyer for the King family was William F. Pepper. And William F. Pepper was a friend of Dr. King. And he took on this case and he started digging up stuff. And he realized that Dr. King did not die from a gunshot wound, rather from suffocation.
Now, did the shot actually kill him? And if not, how did he die?
Oh, the shot did not kill him. We all believed that Martin King was killed by that shot by Strausser. He was still alive when he was taken to the hospital. He was being worked on in the emergency room of the hospital. And I think the emergency staff were trying to do their best to keep him alive. And he was still breathing and alive. When the head of neurosurgery of the hospital, Dr. Bryn Mawr, came in to the emergency room with two other men in suits. And he said to the people in the emergency room, stop working on that and let him die. And then he said, after a pause, now get out of here, all of you. Leave this room. Get out. And he emptied the room. And as he was emptying the room, a surgical nurse was the last one out. And she heard them do this, like picking up water in their mouths. And that caught her attention, and she turned and she saw them spit on the body of Dr. King, the three men. Then she saw Dr. Bland, take a pillow and put it over his face and suffocate him. And that's how Martin King was killed.
This story is so swept under the rugs. If you were to buy William F. Pepper's book, The Plot to Kill King, it's literally $100 on Amazon right now. That's actually the same amount of money the King family was awarded for the death of their father. How many of you guys know that?
Oh, I ain't know that. That's not where I thought this was going, y'all. I did not know. Tiffany posted this. So now that I'm listening to it, I don't know why, unless she's trying to say that people are treating her like Martin Luther King. Woo, didn't Donald Trump just release something or something like that, child? Ooh, I believe it, though. I believe that story about, them bringing it up from their stomach and doing all that. Totally believe it. Wow. Sorry, y'all, didn't mean to bring down the mood. I didn't realize that's what it was. But shout out to our friend Broken Traditions. Rest in peace to Martin Luther King. And shout out to Measured Man. I see you. I appreciate you, hun. He said, with my entire chest, because I want them to see. First, who the F is Harriet Tubman's? But Dalton and Allie people called to tell the boss I'm on YouTube during company time, not knowing I am the MFM boss. Shout out to the boss, Media Man. Shout out to you, honey. I see you. I appreciate you. Shout out to everyone that is here. 532 amongst both channels. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. But is that it? No. A lot of people want to be talking about Martin Luther King lately. She posted this as well. What in the hell is this biatch trying to say? Let's hear it.
King Jr. was a completely made-up character created by the FBI. And I know I'm going to get so much hate for this, but you cannot deny this is not the truth because this is coming directly from the unclassified files that President Trump released. This is directly from the FBI website that is vault.fbi.gov. This is where the unclassified document on Martin Luther King Jr., his image, and his assassination is uploaded. Thus, in the first 5 pages, it completely reveals how Martin Luther King Jr. was selected to be the activist leader and how they pushed it through mainstream media news to create their narrative. It states right there in the middle, I know it's kind of hard to read because the files are old, it says Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was the target of an intensive campaign by the FBI to neutralize him as an effective civil rights leader. And it also says this and other testimony describing this FBI counterintelligence campaign against King reached the public through the news media. Hold on. So create a narrative, hire an actor, and then use mainstream media to program it to become the truth. This is just more confirmation that this has been their playbook the entire time.
Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. All right. This is what Tiffany is posting. Okay, this is what she's posting. So I guess there's all now. That's a conspiracy theorist. This one is called Conspiracy Minded. Pause. They have a disclaimer that the information contained in the multimedia content video posted represents the views and opinions of the original creators of such video content and does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of this Instagram page. So just FYI. All right. But child, that's not that's not where I thought we was going today, y'all. Sorry about that. All right. So everybody's clearly talking about Martin Luther King and the information that Donald Trump just released. So y'all let me know what it is because I don't know. All right. FYI. That's what Big Tiff is posting though. Okay. So on to Nate, child. So this is today the 27th. Yes. All right. So the Southtown News down there in Chicago, there he is. Nate Fields is back on the ballot as Thornton Township supervisor candidate. The judge rules. Measure Man said also, let me know she was viral on Instagram a few days ago about Harriet Tuppence when they posted reporting employee on her channel on company time on her channel. Child, ain't nobody down there working. That ain't even a surprise, is it? Ain't nobody down there working. Shout out to you, hun. Thanks for letting me know. All right, so there's Nate. For those that don't know, looking like a young kid, right? Shout out to him. Nate Fields Jr. speaks at a public comment section on August the 20th, 2024 at a Thornton Township board meeting. Shout out to him. A Cook County judge ruled Monday independent supervisor candidate Nate Fields will be on the Thornton Township ballot, reversing a decision made by Township Electoral Board. The board, which Tiffany was on, ain't she on that? The board made up of Township trustees Chris Gonzalez, Darlene Gray Everett, as well as clerk Loretta Wells, voted last month to remove Fields and 2 other supervisor candidates from the April 1st ballot. So Chris, the one that they all got all this faith in, right? And Darlene, who we already know is going to do allegedly whatever Tiff says. And then it looks like Loretta Wells is also allegedly probably just going to go along with the get along, right? They all said, nope, he got to go. And then he was off and he fought because I donated to his GoFundMe. So shout out to him, right? But they want to put Chris back in there. Anyway. Michael Smith and Keith Price, who is food assistance, Heavy D's bigger younger brother, who is food assistance program manager and supervisor Tiffany Henyard's township administration, brought 5 challenges against Fields, only one of which stuck. The electoral board voted 2-1 to remove Fields, saying he failed to bind his statement of candidacy with his nomination petitions. Fields expressed frustrations at the time that a filing error could prevent voters from choosing among candidates. It's just another obstacle I have to overcome, Fields said. Adding, objectors Price and Smith were doing their best to kick out any competitors instead of thinking about who the residents want. Fields appealed the decision, leading to Judge John Tully's ruling. Come on, John Tully. Tully wrote the Illinois election code. Yo, ain't that white lady on there? The white woman that used to be Tiff's lawyer. Ain't she on that board too? Child, whoever says they all gotta go. The election code states the petition sheets be neatly fastened together in book form by placing the sheets in a pile and fastening them together at one edge in a secure and suitable manner, Tully wrote. Fields filed the necessary documents as a candidate simultaneously, Tully said, so there is no reason to invalidate his candidacy. So they took him off the ballot because his shit wasn't nice and neat. Child, what kind of mess is this? Where are we living in 2025? I can't take it. America's ghetto. In sustaining the objection in this regard, the board created one without any valid legal support, Tully wrote. Its decision was clear error. Fields said Monday he is grateful for the judge's ruling and for support beyond Thornton Township. It's time for some changes in Thornton Township, changes that will make Thornton Township a township for all, not just some. Fields was among the first candidates to file to run for Thornton Township supervisor and will face Democratic nominee and state Senator Napoleon Harris, Republican nominee Richard Nolan, and Reform Thornton Township Party candidate and Harvey Mayor Christopher Clark. Supervisor Tiffany Henyard also sought a spot on the ballot, but lost the Democratic nomination to Harris during a caucus held last month. Illegal! We know. Henyard challenged the caucus result in Cook County Circuit Court, but her objection was thrown out for being filed incorrectly. Oh, well. It wasn't neat, I guess. Fields said before officially filing for office that he worked for the township under former supervisor Frank Zuccarelli. Rest in peace to Frank, until his position was dissolved under Henyard. He said he wants to lead with transparency and involve the community more in township decision making. Good luck to that man. I don't know why in the hell he would want to do it, but child, somebody got to do it anyway. So shout out to our friend Critical Smoker. He is in the building, getting everything ready, seeing what's going on. Let's see what's going on. They ready, child.
Talk to me, Dad. That's a small vacation for me. Yeah.
Child, we got all kinds of views around here. So this is the Dalton Trustee site. They on, I don't think Reality Check TV is on yet. Let me see. Back over here. Who do we see, child? How do we know these people? This is one of the trustees. This man is the lawyer. Child, why do we know these people? This is a shame. It's 6:52. We got 8 minutes, W. Friday. We got 8 minutes. I wonder if Tiffany gonna go live tonight once this is done. She just might go live so she could start ranting. Ooh. Another one just came on. So she could start ranting and raving and start talking about how it's illegal, it ain't right, or whatever. Shout out to College of Natural Science Health Sciences BDA, thank you so much. First time seeing what you look like, girlfriend. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the support. Yes, yes, yes. We're seeing what's going on. I appreciate you. Shout out to everyone who is here. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. So we waiting. Now listen, this is not Tiffany, so this should actually start on time, y'all. Anybody want to take bets on how long it's going? Oh, spoke too soon. Lori is here. Set up. You go, girl. We starting on time. Ain't no CP time around here. She ready. She ready. She ready. Did she wear the same suit all the time? Yeah. She handed out. She said, I don't need William Moore to hand out shit. I do it my damn self. That thing looks thick. Lori said, I ain't going to be late. She said, we going to be here. Everybody in the building. She said, we going to start on time. Her lawyer, probably her paralegal up there. Sheesh. Why does she look like Mr. Burns, child? Just the darker version of Mr. Burns. Get that PowerPoint together, child. So Tiffany is not going to be here because it's going to be about her, and it's going to talk about where the money resides, basically. And she don't want to be here for this, but it wouldn't surprise me if she went live later to rant and rave like she always does, because you know she's watching, and I mean everybody knows that she's watching. Ain't no way everybody in town is here and she don't know and is not gonna be peeping to see what's been exposed so she can figure out what to do. McStuffins will probably be listening and all the rest of her lawyers. I don't even understand how she afford them all. She better be careful. She already in contempt. That's the clerk too, right there. Oh no, that's Cassandra. I don't know what she do. Child, they so intermingled. I can't keep up. Yeah, anybody got any predictions on what we gonna hear, what we gonna see, what you think she's gonna tell us? A lot of money. Shout out to everybody that is here. Sean G, shit, I'm watching from NYC. I know she watching. She absolutely is. Ain't even a question. She ain't coming in here. That's right. She gonna come through and she gonna talk about illegal. That's probably what she. Yo, that's probably what she gonna do. I would cry. If she came out here and that's what she said, I would cry because you know Big Tiff can't speak properly. I don't know why she don't do something about that.
Illegal. Huh? What kind of shit is that?
We tuned in. Lori's ready to go, y'all. We starting on time today. Shout out to Negroes that start on time. right, it's about 2 more minutes. We almost there. 2 more minutes. Yeah, somebody said, shout out to John Phillips. I see you. I appreciate you. A-Team says she ran through the money like water. Abso-damn-lutely. Abso-damn-lutely, like crazy. We still want to know, we want to see the receipt from Wayfair, like the actual itemized receipt. Let me be clear, the itemized receipt. What if Lori comes back with the itemized receipt from Amazon? Oh, that would be awesome. OMG. Shout out to Poseidon MGTOW, also known as God of the C85. Uh-oh, are we getting it together? They're getting it together, child. They're getting it together. This is suspenseful. This is not what we really want. We really want her to come. We wanted to see a video recording of her for being in contempt, and then they turn around and then they say that she was held. That's what we really want to see. Shout out to Trent for drinking and half thinking in the building. I appreciate you, hon. I'm pretty sure that must stand for MSG, but I digress. We waiting. And none of the trustees is going to be up there. This is all her show. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. I should have got a real drink today. 6:59. That's you going to jail lady, y'all. I'm surprised you don't have that shirt on. Almond don't give one damn. Shout out to my girl Almond Eyes. Woo! You see that's Ed Steve up there. He's running the Dalton trustee page. Shout out to Trim with another 10. Ooh, shout out to the rhyme time. It's rhyme time. Anyway, woman, show that fatty. Who? Lori Lightfoot? Here she come. Here she come. That's who you wanted to see. She about to coming around the mountain. When she come, there she is. Look, she heard you, Trinidad. She said, "Here you go, boo." She got up just for you because she knew that you sent that super chat. Shit. Supreme 10. Hey, shout out to Supreme 10. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Very generous of you, hun. He said since the Lori Lightfoot investigation began, Tiffany Henyard has not taken any trips outside of Dalton and Thornton Township. That is true. That is true. She ain't went nowhere. I think Mr. Burns, or I'm sorry, Lori Lightfoot is about to talk. Thank you so much, Supreme 10. I appreciate you. Shout out to Measured Man with another 5. Thank you so much, hon. He said, threw in some bingo. Majority to decorate the house she didn't pay rent in. Sent that months ago. Lori running up a bill too. Abso-damn-lutely. Uh-oh. Right on my girl. Showtime.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey, boo.
Thank you all for coming out on a cold night, and hello to those folks who are watching on the live stream. My name is Lori Lightfoot, and with my colleague Amanda Kite, we're from the Charles River Associates, and we are here to provide to the members of the Board of Trustees and the public our final report regarding our investigation of the allegations of financial mismanagement and other matters concerning the village of Dalton. A couple of quick housekeeping matters. You should be circulating index cards if you want to. Should be circulating index questions. We're going to go through the entire presentations first. I'm not promising you.
So you want static or you want a low volume? It's up to y'all. Y'all let me know.
Many as possible. We will set up, for those that we aren't able to answer, we will set up a microsite and have answers to the different questions there. Also, that's circulating is a document that if you want a hard copy or electronic copy of this PowerPoint presentation, give us your name and your email address, and we'll make sure that you get it within the next 24 hours. All right. Well, make sure you fill out the paperwork. There's sheets going around that you should be able to put your name and your email address, and then we'll be able to provide you with a copy of the deck. The deck is long, and given the number of people that were here, we felt like it made more sense to provide electronic copies and try to anticipate how many people would want a copy. So let me start by saying that, as you know, we began this investigation in earnest back in the spring of 2024, after the trustees overrode a veto of the resolution hiring us through the Legislative Council. We were tasked with looking into irregularities, allegations of irregularities regarding financial mismanagement by Mayor Tiffany Henyard and others in her administration. And I want everyone to be clear, we are not conducting a criminal investigation. This is an investigation that depended upon witness testimony, that depended upon getting access to certain documents. Next slide. And to be clear, we did not receive total cooperation in this investigation. In fact, we encountered many challenges getting access to relevant documents and information from the very beginning of the engagement. We do not have subpoena power as an independent investigative team, which would have allowed us to obtain materials and cooperation from individuals. The village's personnel policies do not require cooperation with internal investigation. That proved to be a challenge in this circumstance. And a lack of cooperation by some individuals led to delays, limited our abilities and the scope of work, and ultimately limited the information that we were able to address in the course of this investigation. Despite these obstacles, we made progress in providing information to the trustees and to the public on the true financial condition of the Village of Dalton, along with some other issues. And as a result of that, we're able to make some concrete recommendations, many of which the trustees have already adopted, on how to right the ship, to make sure that there were financial guardrails in the operation of city government, and to provide some other supports that would all be in favor of transparency and good governance. For those of you who don't know, we thought it would be important to give just a little bit of background about the Village of Dalton. The village was incorporated in 1892. And according to the most recent census data, the population is approximately 21,426. The median household income is 58,706, and the village is approximately 91% African American. The village has a trustee form of government, which matters under the organization of the Illinois Municipal Code, and we'll talk about that briefly in a moment. The key city employees for the village, aside from the trustees, are the mayor, the village administrator, the director of administration, director of finance. Now, I'm not going to read everything on this slide. This is excerpts from the Illinois Municipal Code, but suffice it to say that the code really is a set of specific mandates on how a trustee form of government and other forms of government are supposed to conduct themselves. It provides things like there should be an annual appropriation, and ideally that is done in the first quarter of the village's fiscal year. No official can incur debt over and above what the budget is unless there is a 2/3 majority vote by the board trustees. There can't be entering into contracts without a corresponding appropriation. The municipality must have an audit of its financial records annually. As you know, this became an issue. We'll talk more about that as well. And that audit and other financial information must be filed annually with the comptroller's office, or as has happened now, to Dalton, the comptroller has the ability to force an audit of the financial records. Now, on that point, if you go to the comptroller's office and you look under on their website under the municipal division, there are literally hundreds of municipalities across the state of Illinois who have not filed the necessary financial documents, whether it's the financial report, whether it's the audit, and some of these delinquencies go back years. But soon after we had our report in early August of last year, the comptroller's office suddenly paid attention to the village of Dalton and took notice, while other municipalities across the state have been delinquent in their responsibilities for years. One might ask, why is that so?
Why? In the world? Come on. Come on. The sound went out everywhere. Wow. Okay.
In one location, filed with the state, so that all of you can look up what's the code say on this, that, or the other thing. This became something that we learned early on, which is a little bit of a surprise, but became another challenge to overcome, and making sure that we had a true picture of what the rules and laws were that had been passed that govern the village of Dalton. As a result, these are the absence of archived ordinances and resolutions not being readily public led to gaps in our understanding about the laws, making governance unnecessarily difficult. Next slide. One thing, given what you've heard and seen over the course of the last couple of years, the village actually does have a purchasing policy and manual. And it's very straightforward, as you might expect. The challenge has been it hasn't been followed, and we'll get into details about that. But let me give you a little specifics. The policy essentially provides directions for the acquisition of all goods and services. And when used with good judgment and common sense, as it reads, the quote, the policies and procedures conveyed within will allow the village to obtain required supplies and services efficiently and economically. The policy also provides, in general, all supplies, materials, equipment, contractual and professional services required for operational efficiency will have been included in the annual budget. Next slide. There is in this purchasing policy set controls on who can authorize what at what dollar levels. As you can see from this slide, department heads can authorize spending up to $1,000. Between $1,001 and $5,000, the village administrator can approve. And over $5,000, any expenses for goods or services over that amount must be brought to the village board for approval as set forth in the purchasing policy. The finance department is supposed to have a position called the staff accountant. That person is responsible for centralizing and overseeing the purchase of goods and services for the village, and to determine whether or not an item proposed to be spent, that there are adequate funds and proper purchasing procedures have been followed before any monies of the village are incurred. That person is supposed to be reviewing and initiating all purchase orders, payment requests after they are submitted to the finance department for payment. They're supposed to be centralized purchasing. That makes sense because in best practices, you want to make sure that there's not what we call rogue spending going on, and that the village is getting the benefit of its bargain by maximizing its buying power.
Mm-hmm.
The purchasing policy specifically says that those items are supposed to be uniformly purchased by the purchasing agent. Mm-hmm. And the purchasing policy also requires the use of purchase orders. Those are essentially requisitions for goods and services, and it's detailed there. Similarly, the purchasing policy requires that when a purchase order is issued, it has the same authorization requirements as other matters. 1,000 by department heads, 5,000 by, up to 5,000 by the village administrator. Anything over 5,000 has to come before the board for approval. Now, just to give you a little bit of context, we're going to be using this term as we go forward in this presentation. There's something called a warrant that is used that also dictates how municipal funds are spent. The warrant is typically created based upon invoices that are created by a vendor and submitted to the department head for approval. As we told you in August, there is no electronic process for the submission of invoices from vendors. Paper copies, typically sent either in by hand or by email, are sent to department heads for approval. They must then list them in a electronic payment system called My Viewpoint, and then that generates the items that appear on the warrant list. Based upon our investigation, there are essentially two kinds of warrant lists. There's an accounts payable warrant list, which includes most of the village's expenses. And then there's a second warrant list that's called the electronic list, which includes payments made by wire, ACH, credit card, or any other electronic or online method. The village expenditures, as reflected on the warrant list, are then reviewed and approved by the board at each board meeting. And after an expense is approved by the board, Janice Johnson, who's the Director of Administrative Services, is supposed to prepare a check for signature and payment. However, if Ms. Johnson is directed by Mayor Henyard or someone else, or there are insufficient funds to pay the item on the warrant list, then those checks are held. And apart from payroll, the accounts payable warrant list reflects invoices that have been submitted for approval and payment but not yet paid. And we understand from the John Kasperick accounting firm, which is essentially the outside firm for the Village of Dalton, that there are many items that appear on the electronic warrant list that have already been approved before they are presented to the board. Now, next slide. As it relates to credit card expenditures, we also understand from John Kasperick personnel that credit card balance is paid as a matter of course, meaning that as the bill becomes due, it's paid before it reaches the board for approval. In general, credit card expenses are only added to the warrant list when there's a receipt submitted. What we found is that many credit card expenditures never make it onto the warrant list for approval, in part because there's not a system for ensuring that there are receipts for the various credit card purchases. And what this means, unfortunately, is that the Board of Trustees in many instances was not able to even track or see credit card purchases that were being done over the last few years. Let's go on. Let's give a little background on Mayor Tiffany.
Oh, Lord.
As many of you know, she's a lifelong resident of the village. She served as a village trustee from 2013 to 2021. Her bio cites she graduated from Robert Morris College, although we were unable to verify that. And she became mayor as of May 2021. Now, keep in mind, folks, there were two elections. There was an election at the end of February that went to a runoff, and then there was a final election later that spring. At the time of that second election, according to records provided to us by the County Clerk's Board of Elections, only 9.5% of registered voters in Dalton came out to vote.
Shame. Shame.
To set the framework further, we wanted to make sure you understood who were the people in charge of making various decisions under Mayor Henyard's administration. Aside from Mayor Henyard was the village administrator. You may recall that that was initially Dorothy Brown. And then in late 2021, Keith Freeman began his duties as the village administrator. The director of finance, you would think this is a very key position. Unfortunately, what we found over the course of our investigation is there are many periods of time during Mayor Henyard's tenure where that position was vacant. At one point, Tanjanique Miller fulfilled the role sometime in 2022 on a full-time basis, and then she went to a part-time basis by December of 2023 and worked only remotely. The position has been vacant again since early 2024. As I mentioned before, the director of administration is Janice Johnson, and you remember from my discussion about the purchasing policy, where there's supposed to be somebody who's a staff accountant that is responsible for monitoring and overseeing the purchase of goods and services on behalf of the village. There's no such position that exists in the village of Dalton.
Where they getting paid?
As a result of the small staff managing the city finances, the John Kasparic firm has essentially become the in-house, although they're outside, but the in-house financial department for the village of Dalton. Because there are a limited number of personnel, they became the de facto finance department. This remains true to this day. Kasparic firm has a junior staffer who is embedded in the village, and that person is here multiple times a week. There's a senior person that oversees that junior staffer, and the John Kasparic firm is involved in virtually every aspect of the finances of the village. Reconciling bank records, assisting in the preparation of payroll, creating those monthly warrant lists, village accounting records, as well as a variety of other expenses. And as you might imagine, ladies and gentlemen, that kind of work, day in and day out, month after month, is not cheap. So the village is paying an extraordinary amount for outside services because it doesn't have the staff internally to do that. And in the absence of the director of finance, without the board of trustees being directly involved, there is very little oversight over the work that's being done on your behalf. Now, I want to also now shift gears and talk about some key events that have led to some of the financial crises that the village is experiencing. And what we found in our investigation, and that's based on a review of contemporaneous documents and witness interviews, that beginning at least as early as late 2021, there was a concerted, systematic effort on behalf of Mayor Henyard and others in her administration to hide the true financial condition of the village of Dalton from the trustees and from members of the public. To step back, let's talk about what the state of play was before Mayor Henyard became mayor. What we found is that prior to that time, the Kasparic firm would provide 3 different and important categories of information to the entire board of trustees, key city personnel, to make sure that folks were up to speed on a real-time basis as to what the circumstances were, both of expenses and revenue, and whether or not the expenses and revenue were on track with budget projections. They created a weekly report reflecting what work they did on behalf of the village, monthly financial statements with the detailed notes memorized in an accompanying memo, warrant lists which detailed the expenditures that you presented at board meetings, and for a time, Kasparic firm also prepared and shared a payroll list. Now, initially, in 2021, at the beginning of Mayor Henyard's term, Chris Marigali of the Kasparic firm caused these documents to be sent to a wide array of people on an email. Right. And again, the trustees, key city employees, and Mayor Henyard herself. But this practice began to change in the fall of 2021. What we see in the fall of 2021 is the start of the effort to make sure that the trustees did not have full access to information about the true financial condition of the village's finances. And I want to walk you through step-by-step evidence that we were able to review that was memorialized contemporaneously, primarily in emails. In September 2020, September 28, 2021, in an email to John Kasparek, Chris Mirabali, remember this guy who's responsible for supervising the work here at Dalton, noted, quote, "The mayor has requested that the warrant list for both electronic and regular billing be sent to her first for review and approval prior to it being released to the board." On October 4th, 2021, Trustee House emailed Mirabali seeking missing payroll reports that he had not received since the August 27, 2021 payroll. That same day, Mirabali forwarded that email from Trustee House to Mayor Henyard and sought advice on how to respond. On October 21st, 2021, Chris Mirabali reported to John Kasparek via email that Mayor Henyard was very upset with him because he disclosed in a board meeting that she had directed him not to send trustees payroll records. There's a board meeting that precedes this October 21st date, where you can see on the YouTube video that she is she's asking him, "Did I tell you not to send this information?" He answered in the affirmative, and then that was the source of her anger with him.
Right on.
He was later called into a meeting with the mayor in the presence of Janice Johnson and Dorothy Brown, and the mayor in effect told him that he should never contradict her in public and that he should shade the truth. By November of 2021, a split between Henyard and certain trustees was in full bloom and played out in the trustees' shrinking access to village financial information. And on January 22nd, 2022, Mirabali again transmitted the December financials and a corresponding memo to the full list, including the trustees. But by February 9th, Trustee Steve sent an email to Mirabali and others objecting to not having received payroll reports for approval and saying that he would not provide his consent for approval by the board if he did not receive those payroll records ahead of time. Trustee House concurred in that same email chain. On February 24th, and this is an important date, Mirabali transmitted the January financials and the accompanying Miller only to Tanjani Miller. At that point, the trustees were cut out. On March 9th, 2022, Mirabali sent his weekly report to the mayor, trustees, and others. The next day, Freeman admonished Mirabali and said, quote, "Chris, please stop sending these emails to everyone. It is a direct violation of the Open Meetings Act. Send this information to Ms. Miller and Janice," meaning Janice Johnson, end quote. I can tell you that the mere transmittal of information where there's no actual action being taken is not a violation of the Open Meetings Act. So in sum, by March 2022, the trustees were effectively cut off from receiving regular financial reports generated by the Kasparek firm, which would have provided them with information on the true financial condition of the village, and they would have been able to see at that point that there was a significant increase in expenses, as we reported previously, while at the same time, there was not revenue to match those expenses. Now I want to shift gear and talk to you a little bit about FOIA. Now, this is not a FOIA class. I'm not going to go in chapter and verse, but the bottom line, as many of you know, is that under Illinois law, municipalities are required to keep and produce the records of governance to anybody who asks for them, with a narrow set of exceptions. And that means that the municipality has to set up a process by which people who want certain kinds of information can get that information, and that they have a certain timeline in which they have to provide that information. They can ask for an extension of time, but what they cannot do is simply ignore requests coming in through the Freedom of Information Act. Let's go to the next slide. Now, from May 21st, from May of 2021 through September of 2023, based on our review of relevant FOIA records and witness testimony, there were a significant number of FOIA requests that came into the village. Most of these requests were ordinary type. People asking about particular addresses within the village, people seeking other information. But what we started to see in 21, and then it increased steadily over time, is people asking very specific information about the governance of the village, and in particular, asking information about how money was being spent. At the beginning of Mayor Hinyard's tenure, Clerk Allison Key was responsible for FOIA requests. According to Clerk Key, when a FOIA request would come in, she and her team would review it, then they would send it to the relevant department. There were FOIA liaisons in each department, and it was their responsibility to look for responsive documents and then provide them to Clerk Key so that she could respond to the FOIA. The increased number of FOIAs over time posed a challenge given the limited resources that were devoted to FOIA. So what we saw is a very small staff, very few resources, and an expanding number of FOIAs that came in. There were not sufficient resources to be able to meet that rising interest in the governance of the village of Dalton. Now, there were many allegations that we received that Mayor Hinyard ordered village personnel to simply stop responding to FOIA. We were not able to verify those allegations, in part because village employees who reported directly to Mayor Hinyard did not cooperate in our investigation. However, in April of 2023, trustees passed an ordinance intended to get the FOIA process back on track. And that ordinance read in part, quote, whereas the Board of Trustees finds that the village has experienced an insurmountable backlog of FOIA requests due to failures of village staff to respond to requests for information from the FOIA officer at the instruction of the mayor and her village administrator. The trustees obviously believe that that's precisely what had happened, which is that the mayor had instructed people within the departments not to respond to FOIAs. Now, despite the passage of this ordinance, the FOIA process didn't improve. And in fact, it continued to break down the non-cooperation of village staff, and many of whom simply, according to Clerk Key, simply stopped responding to her when she would send them FOIAs. And as a result, you know what's happened. Some of you, I'm sure, experienced it directly when you filed FOIAs. There were appeals made to the Attorney General, and in some instances, people simply filed suit. Now, one key milestone that I want to bring to your attention is when Clerk Key was stripped of her jurisdiction over FOIA. As you can see from the screen, she received an email from Keith Freeman on September 7, 2023. And in this email, I'll read the body of it. Dear Clerk Key, I am writing to inform you that you are hereby removed from your duty as a FOIA officer effective immediately. Your inability to process FOIA requests in a complete and timely manner has left us no choice but to restructure our process going forward. The village has redirected FOIA officer duties to another party, and as such, your services are no longer needed. I have advised all department heads to change. Now, I want to be clear that Clerk Key denies the various allegations in Freeman's email. But I want to lift up a couple of things that I think are notable about this email in particular. When you see the language, the village has redirected FOIA officer duty to another party. Note in this email, he doesn't say who that other party is. And what we know from our investigation is that we were never able to determine who that person was that's actually handling FOIA and whether or not that person received the proper training. FOIA is not easy. There's a lot of nuances that are involved in the statute to make sure that there's proper compliance. We have no idea to this day whether or not the person or persons who is handling FOIA actually received proper training. There was no effort to take over the files of pending FOIA requests, and there was no process put in place for transitioning of the responsibilities from Clerk Key and her team to the unknown new FOIA office.
Who y'all think was in charge?
There's plenty of evidence, and again, I think you all have experienced it firsthand, that after Clerk Key was removed of her responsibilities over FOIA, the FOIA process didn't get better. If anything, it got worse. And these issues continue to this day. Now, let's shift gears, and we're going to talk about financial management.
Let's go.
There was an opportunity for the Village of Dalton to take advantage of a $5 million appropriation that had been put in place from one of the state legislatures on behalf of the Village of Dalton. This was in the state fiscal year 2023. However, that appropriation, for some reason that we were not able to ascertain, was never taken advantage of, meaning those monies never came into the Village of Dalton. So $5 million that could have significantly helped the financial fortunes of this village got recycled and went elsewhere, but never came to the Village of Dalton.
Tiffany.
I want to talk to you next about the American Rescue Plan dollars and funding that came to the Village of Dalton.
Uh-oh.
As many of you know, the American Rescue Plan was put into place by the Biden-Harris administration to help municipalities, cities, counties, states recover from the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. And the village received an allocation through the state, which was appropriated in 2 tranches from the Illinois Comptroller's Office. You can see in this chart, the first tranche came in September of 2021, and the next big tranche came again in September of 22 for a total of just over $3 million. The U.S. Treasury Department had very strict reporting requirements on how municipal governments use those ARPA dollars.
Allegedly.
And somebody was supposed to be designated as an ARPA reporting person responsible for making sure that they were complying with U.S. Treasury regulations. But contemporaneous documentation that we have seen and confirmed in recent communications is that no one from the village actually took the responsibility to complete the reporting information. The access to the reporting portal was set up for Ms. Miller, the former finance director, but there's no evidence that she actually made the required reporting of how ARPA dollars were used here in the village. And based on the records that we have seen, there's approximately $1.7 million left of the ARPA funds, and it's held in a specific capital projects account. Based on what we've seen in the financial documents, the ARPA funds were used in a variety of ways, as you can see from this chart. As you noted, there's a big category of $481,379 called other expenses. This was used for a variety of different things, from construction materials and supplies, lawn care, pest control, utilities, sprinkler installation, but none of these things were specifically approved by the board. Now, at this time, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Amanda Kite, who's going to walk you through some more detailed information on the financial status as of October 31st, 2024.
So now we're going to walk through and largely provide an update to the financial information that was presented back in August. And we've been provided records that cover the first 6 months of the village's fiscal year 2025. As of October 2024, the village's general fund, which is the fund that's used to account for the majority of the village's operations, remains in a net deficit position. However, the deficit position has decreased or improved from the information that was presented in August. And as of October 2024, the general fund's net deficit position is currently $2.4 million.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Additionally, during the first 6 months of fiscal year 2025, the average monthly expenditures of the village have also decreased. Through fiscal year 2024, the village was spending on average $2.5 million per month. Wow. During the first 6 months of fiscal year 2025, that number is down to $2.1 million per month on average.
That sounds the same to me.
Following along with that,
I think it's also important to note that we provided an update back in August of last year, which laid out many of these numbers and showed the village in really dire financial condition. The trustees immediately took action to address particularly the spending side of the ledger, significantly reducing the number of credit card access, working with banks, restructuring some of the expenses. So that accounts in part for the reduction in expenses. And as Amanda will explain, there are other factors that contributed to this, but I wanted to note that the trustees heeded the concerns that we raised back in August and took specific action, many times in opposition from Mayor Henyard, to make sure that they were starting a process of putting the village back on better financial footing.
So following along with that, the decrease in expenditures through the first 6 months of fiscal year 2025, the village's expenditures have matched the revenues that came in during that time period. This is in comparison with the same time period in fiscal year 2024, where the gap in revenue to expenditures was almost $5 million. So the expenditure and revenue gap has improved. This gap decrease is for two primary reasons. First being, as of October fiscal 2025, revenues are approximately $3 million more than compared to the same time period in fiscal year 2024, which is largely due to the timing of when the property taxes were released to the village. In 2023 and 2024, property taxes weren't released until November or December, where in fiscal 2025, they were released much earlier. But additionally, expenditures have gone down, most notably general administration, police department expenditures, and public works. A couple of categories that we found significant decreases is in general administration, telephone, and miscellaneous expenditures, as well as in police department overtime and medical insurance.
Mm-hmm. Nothing for the firefighters, though.
The village's cash balance has remained generally the same since the information that was presented in August. As you can see from the chart, as of May 2024, the general fund had an unrestricted cash deficit of almost $5.7 million. As of October 24, that amount is a deficit of around $5.5 million. And this deficit includes the amount of held checks that the mayor discussed previously. Those are reflected in these deficit balances. Regarding those held checks, as we presented in August, since March of 2023 and nearly every month since then, a portion of the checks that were approved and printed have had to be held. As of June 18, 2024, this was 589 checks that totaled over $6 million, which were approved but had not yet been sent to vendors. Since the August presentation, we've requested but had not been provided an updated listing of the current status of the village's held checks. However, we've been told, though not able to verify, that the current amount is still in excess of $5 million. Turning now to discuss the village's use of credit cards. As we discussed in the August presentation, we're aware of 6 different credit cards that have been in use by the village at various points in time from January 2021 through at least June of 2024. Since the August presentation, we did request updated credit card statements that would cover July 2024 through December 2024, but we did not receive any updated credit card records. As you can see from the chart, the use of credit cards steadily increased from calendar year 2021 through 2023. In 2023, the village spent over $775,000 on credit cards.
Ciao. That's crazy.
As the mayor earlier discussed, oftentimes credit card expenditures have no accompanying receipts. And the credit card statements alone provide limited information about the credit card purchases. Given this overall lack of available documentation, it is not possible for us to ascertain important information about the village's credit card use, such as who made the purchase, was it an approved purchase, and what was the government purpose. This type of additional information is necessary to perform a complete investigation of the credit card use and to draw any conclusion about any individual purchase. That being said, through our investigation, we did identify certain categories of expenses that stand out, which the village may wish to pursue additional information to further understand the nature of the charges. For example, from 2021 to June of 2024, village credit cards were used for over $171,000 in travel-related costs, things such as airfare, excess baggage fees, hotels, meals, rental cars. There are over $51,000 spent at local area restaurants, as well as expenditures at retailers such as Dick's Sporting Goods, Wayfair, Walgreens, Apple, and Walmart. Now, not all, some of these expenditures, but not all, are reflected on the electronic warrant lists that we were provided and reviewed. However, the level of detail in the description of what the purchase is for varies by purchase. Some purchase limited information, and the description is simply the name of the merchant, or a more vague description such as meals or donuts. Others provide more information, such as training accommodations or code enforcement funds. One area of our investigation where we were able to obtain detailed purchase information relates to Amazon purchases. The vast majority of purchases made by the village on Amazon were paid for with village credit cards. From January 2021 through June of 2024, the village spent approximately $218,000 on purchase from Amazon using village credit cards, the largest spending of which occurred in 2023. Now, the vast majority of the purchases on Amazon do appear to be for routine items such as office supplies, office furniture, and supplies for the police department. And the Amazon order details show that these orders were delivered either to Village Hall or to the police department. Additionally, many of the largest purchases on Amazon, 3 of which we identified in the August presentation, were related to materials or supplies for the skating rink. This includes $5,099 for artificial ice tiles, $33,000 for artificial ice tiles, $5,600 artificial ice tiles, $4,700 artificial ice tiles, and then $3,700 for ice skates.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me just pick up and conclude on the Amazon purchases. The various routine office supply and office furniture purchases simply do not appear to be in compliance with the village's purchasing policy.
No.
There appears to be no centralized purchasing or inventory control as required in the purchasing policy. So while we were able to see that these various purchases were delivered either to Village Hall or to the police department, there is no tracking system for what happened to them after they arrived here. And while Janice Johnson was listed as the originator for a number of these purchases, what we saw in the Amazon records is that there were 9 other purchasing sources identified in the Amazon records. So lots of people were billing, charging things and purchasing them from Amazon. And we similarly found no evidence of the purchases related to the ice rink that were done in 5 separate purchases totaling approximately $48,000, that they were done consistent with the purchasing policy either. For example, we were unable to find evidence that these purchases were done as a result of competitive bidding process, which an amount of that size would have been triggered by the purchasing policy, nor is there evidence that these particular purchases were presented to the board prior to approval. As you will see, one of the recommendations that we're making to the board is to institute a written policy for performing background checks of prospective village senior and personnel.
Come on.
Personnel that we call out on the slide, and based on our investigation, these and other individuals either working for the village or proposed by Mayor Henyard to assume key roles have issues in their background that likely would be disqualifying if they had been properly.
Issues in the background.
Now, I want to go through some of the consequences, because of course there has been consequences of all the things that we've already talked about. You can't have a situation where there are no financial controls, where the trustees are systematically excluded from finding out the true nature of the financial condition of the village, where there's a routine process of exceeding the amounts of revenue with expenses, some of which may or may not be for a legitimate government purpose. The first of these cascading consequences is the audit. As I noted at the beginning of this presentation, under Illinois law, every municipality over a certain size is required to have a financial audit of its books and records every single year, and to produce that audit to the comptroller's office. The fact of the matter is that for the last several years, the village's auditor had been an accounting firm, an auditing firm known as Lauterbach and Ahmann. Draft audits for fiscal year 2022 were completed, but they were never finalized.
We know that.
And then Lauterbach and Ahmann resigned as auditor on October 27, 2024, effective immediately, which is essentially less than 3 weeks after we had our first public disclosure of the true financial condition of the village.
That seems to be a theme with all
on
this.
October 15, 2024, the Illinois Comptroller's Office notified the village that it was going to force an audit on the village for not complying with the mandatory audit reporting requirement. Now, as I noted, there are literally hundreds of municipalities across this state that have long-standing delinquencies in filing their reports. But for some reason, the comptroller decided that Dalton was going to be the example. Next slide. One of the other consequences that we've seen over the course of Mayor Henyard's tenure is a significant uptick in litigation. According to court records maintained by the Legislative Council, 48 separate lawsuits have been filed against the village under Mayor Henyard's tenure. 12 pending matters relate to FOIA violations, and 8 pending matters by village vendors alleged improper revocation or failure to renew business licenses. And you may have seen recent reporting that on Friday, Mayor Henyard herself was held in criminal contempt for failing to sign a liquor license for an existing business owner here in the village, despite being ordered by the court to do so multiple times. Those have costs. Next, I want to walk you through the insurance issue, because insurance is a significant cost in the budget for the village of Dalton. The village's insurance fees are primarily handled by two entities: an insurance broker, which is Insured Source LLC, and something called a third-party administrator, which currently is Charles Taylor, TPA. In 2024, the village's insurance coverage became at risk due to late or non-payment of fees. The village's premium financing company sought to avoid its contract with the village. And let me explain what that means. There is a finance company that fronts the money for the village's various insurance costs, and the village pays it back on a monthly basis. But because of non-payment, that finance company walked away from its responsibilities and said, we're not going to we're not going to finance any future funds to the village to pay its insurance. That created a bit of a crisis. The village's longtime third-party administrator, that's the entity that then pays claims that are made by people that trigger the insurance policies. That third-party administrator also walked away and refused to renew its by people that trigger the insurance policies. That third-party administrator also walked away and refused to renew its agreement with the village, again, as a result of problems in payment. And then long-time insurance carriers. The village had, like most municipalities, has multiple insurance carriers that cover their insurance, particularly liability insurance. Many of those longtime carriers canceled in the spring of 2024 or declined to renew the village's policies. Next slide. Now, this came at a critical time. The renewal period for village insurance is early August of every year. Typically 60 days before that time, the insurance broker will start negotiating, renewing terms of coverage with the various insurers. You have the TPA walk away, which is known to the insurance companies covering the village. You have the finance company walk away, which is known to the village. And the fact that these other carriers decided not to renew, that also sent a ripple through the insurance market. As a result of the efforts of the insurance broker, you reached out to 36 different insurers, including 10 excess insurers and then 26 non-excess carriers. 5 carriers chose not to renew their coverage for the village. 13 carriers declined to quote coverage for the village, meaning they weren't even interested in providing a quote. And 1 carrier simply didn't respond. And of the excess carriers who provided a quote, they set their threshold for coverage very, very high. 2 set it at 25 million, 4 set it at 10, and 2 at 5, and 1 declined, again, to quote any coverage. Now, the village was eventually able to obtain coverage for the 2024-25 period. However, there were 2 important concessions that the village was compelled to make in order to make sure that it had insurance coverage from August of 2024 to August of 2025. As you can see from this slide, the village was compelled to pay more for less coverage. We have here a kind of side-by-side comparison of what the coverage was under general liability, law enforcement, public official, and auto liability. In the preceding year, the coverages were almost equal at $11 million. But as you can see, in the current coverage period, there's a significant decrease in the amount of insurance coverage that the village now has to handle whatever liability issues may come up. The other significant concession was that the insurance carriers refused to cover Mayor Henyard. As you can see, in the third bullet, there's a quote directly from the insurance policy. The insurer covers all elected officials, provides that as a separate part of its coverage, but specifically in writing excluded any claim made against any insured which is brought by, on behalf of, or against the following entities or individuals, and that is Tiffany Henyard. And the emphasis here was in the original. This coverage exclusion regarding Mayor Henyard also applied not only to the general liability policy, but also the law enforcement policy. Now, there are implications for the village given the cancellation of coverage for Mayor Henyard during this coverage period. Mayor Henyard will have to pay for all defensive costs related to her out of pocket, or the village could decide on its own to pay for her coverage, but it won't be covered by the insurance carriers. Now, Mayor Henyard would then be responsible for any judgments, settlements, or attorney's fees rendered against her personally, separate from the village. And there's an open question as to whether or not Mayor Henyard will participate in litigation that she has to pay for herself, and what that would mean for the village if she simply defaults, meaning doesn't show up, doesn't participate in ongoing litigation. So the absence of coverage has significant implications for the village and for the taxpayers of the village of Dalton. Other implications: the fire department. After 2 years with no resolution of a contract, finally in the fall of 2024, Legislative Council was able to reach a collective bargaining agreement with the fire department union, which a majority of the board approved over Mayor Henyard's objections. The village is currently in negotiations with the police department, but the challenge with that, negotiating that contract, is without audited financial statements. And you remember we said there's been no audit of the financial statements since fiscal year 2021. It's difficult for village negotiators to be able to project what revenues are going to be coming in so they know what a fair salary and compensation would be. Now, as we're winding down here, I want to cover quickly some other remaining items that I know are of interest to the public. And let's talk for a minute about the Las Vegas trips and the allegations against Trustee Holmes. There are actually 2 trips, one in May 22 and another in May 2023, where Mayor Henyard and a large delegation went to an economic development convention in Las Vegas. The convention was called Recon, and that was put on by the International Council of Shopping Centers. Financial records from the village and Thornton Township reflect that a number of people traveled to Las Vegas on both of these trips. And the expenses of their travel, their lodging, their meals, and entertainment were paid for on village and township credit cards. There is no evidence that any business development opportunities came to the village as a result of either of these 2 trips.
No. That ain't right.
You are all aware of the fact that there were allegations against Trustee Holmes as a result of contacts between him and a former village employee on the May 2023 Las Vegas trip. We're not going to go into chapter and verse on this because we are not a criminal investigative authority, but suffice it to say, the allegations are that Holmes took advantage and assaulted a young woman while she was unconscious in his hotel room, that he contacted a village Dalton police officer who was also on the trip, FaceTimed him, showing the young woman unconscious on the hotel room, and some of you are aware that a recording of that FaceTime call has recently surfaced. The young woman eventually filed complaints in Las Vegas and suburban Cook County. fall of last year, the Las Vegas criminal authorities closed its case after its investigation. The young woman has also filed a complaint with the EOC alleging that she was wrongfully terminated from her employment as a result of making an outcry to Mayor Henyard directly about the alleged assault.
Mm-hmm.
And the young woman has subsequently filed a lawsuit which makes similar allegations, and that lawsuit remains pending. Importantly, neither the young woman, Trustee Holmes, or other witnesses cooperated with our investigation. Another thing that I think is important regarding this alleged incident between Trustee Holmes and this young woman. Working through the Delgado law firm, we learned that Mayor Henyard authorized an investigation to be conducted by a firm called R.E. Walsh and Associates out of Oak Brook, Illinois. This investigation was not authorized by the board, and the results have not been shared with the board. It is unknown to this day what the scope of the investigation was, who was interviewed, if anyone, what documents were reviewed as part of this investigation or its findings. The R.E. Walsh firm has refused to provide its report or otherwise answer any questions about its investigation because it's not been paid for its services. Let's talk for a moment about Thornton Township.
Must we?
In the course of our investigation, we received a lot of information that there was significant use of Thornton Township funds to cover expenses for the benefit of the village of Dalton. Similar to the lack of cooperation from the village, personnel under the control of Mayor Supervisor Henyard, we faced obstacles obtaining documents from Thornton Township. We therefore are not suggesting, we do not have a complete picture of a variety of the allegations against Mayor Henyard and others in connection with the operation of the township. Nonetheless, we received some information to determine that a similar pattern of financial operations existed at the township during Mayor Henyard's tenure. For example, credit card use. We were able to review records from May of 22 through October of 22, June of 23 through, January of 23 through June of 23, and January of 24 through June of 24. Obviously, not a complete set, but detailed records. Some of these records, excuse me, were heavily redacted. They look like the CIA put the documents through their censors. So it made analysis somewhat difficult, but we were able to decipher some of the records. There were multiple credit cards in use in Thornton Township, in the names of township employees specifically, such as Tony Sherman, Keith Freeman, Shelley Miles, Robert Hunt, Marsha Walker Brown, Tanika Hughes, William Moore, and others. In 2024, for example, based on those 6 months of records, monthly charges range from $88,000 a month to over $100,000 in many of those months. And there were a significant number of food purchases and other expenditures that frankly warrant further investigation as to whether or not there was a legitimate government purpose for those expenses.
He more than me.
There was overlapping hiring and firing of township personnel. A number of witnesses that we interviewed indicated that within months of Tiffany Henyard becoming supervisor on March 3rd, 2022, a number of longstanding employees lost their jobs. We heard many allegations about political retaliation, cronyism, and that people were let go because they questioned the seeming elimination of hiring and purchasing norms. Efforts to verify these allegations, principally through FOIA requests, did not bear fruit, as the township often claimed no responsive documents or failed to address specific FOIAs. We know that Henyard hired her boyfriend, Kamal Woods, to run a township youth program. His personnel file contained very little information to justify this hire. Tamika Henyard also became an employee of the township. And Henyard installed her former administrative assistant, Carmen Carlisle, to fill a vacancy left by the death of a long-standing trustee.
Rehire her though, y'all.
We received information of various allegations of political retaliation. You are all, by this point, well aware of Henyard's treatment of Township Assessor Cassandra Elston that included locking Elston out of township offices and then later accusing Elston of abandoning her job. All of those things is well documented. We won't go into details. We were able to verify that longtime township employee Dwayne Thrash has alleged in a lawsuit that he was fired from his job.
Oh, remember?
Not because of competence or insubordination issues, as were later put into his personnel file, but because he refused efforts by Henyard and Freeman to agree to a plan to effectively let Henyard take control of a local suburban school district on which Thrash was one of 3 members. The alleged plan included creating a paid employee role for Henyard, firing other employees, and terminating the relationship with an existing law firm, and instead installing Henyard's chosen law firm. You guys, the Delgado firm. Thrash alleged that he did not agree to the plan and subsequently lost his Thornton Township employment in retaliation. Now, we have a number of recommendations that we are making to the trustees. I'm not going to spend time tonight going through those. The trustees have them, but suffice it to say, there are obvious things related to finance. There are obvious things related to personnel. And some of these things, as I indicated, the trustees have already started to embrace and implement, particularly with respect to putting guardrails around the finances of the village. And with that, we will close. Thank you for your time and attention.
Child. Woo! I almost was asleep over here. If I ain't had nothing to eat, what y'all think? Was that worth the wait, the price?
Pass them forward, and we will entertain.
Does this woman have a watermelon on her head? What the hell?
Perhaps help us collect some of these cards and bring them forward. If you have a card, hold it up in the air, and somebody will come by. Maybe pass them forward to the front. That's probably the easiest.
Did we learn anything new today? Bueller. Wait, what my poll say? Hold on. So let me see what the poll said. Was the money worth it now that Lori Lightfoot has given her report? And most of y'all said a little bit. It's kind of like third, and a third, though. F no, a little bit, and abso-damn-lutely. Child, I don't know. I feel like we ain't learned nothing new. Maybe it's just me. Jason did not look happy, though. What they raffling? What they getting the pieces of paper for? What they doing? I feel like there wasn't no surprises. I don't feel like there was anything new. I don't feel like there was anything like, same old mess, different daggone day. She did what we thought she did. Even though this is not official. This is her official Lori's report, but they can't do nothing with it, right? All right, so Tiff spent a lot of money. We knew that. All right, Tiff took another trip. We knew that. Tiff fired people. We knew that. They're in the negative. We knew that. What she said?
What happens is monies get appropriated and become part of a budget. It will go to the relevant state department for allocation, but then the municipality has to fill out certain paperwork in order for it to claim that allocation. We have not found any evidence that happened with the Village of Dalton. This person also asked, is there anything to hold Tiffany personally liable? Well, as you know, there are a number of different lawsuits that have been filed, and obviously you have your vote. Next question is, if supervisor is uninsurable, how can she hold a position? Now, the insurance issue is with respect to her role as the mayor of the Village of Dalton. We have no visibility into whether or not the insurance issue also applies to the township. But she can still hold her position. But as I indicated, with a lack of insurance coverage, it puts the village and the taxpayers potentially at risk. And certainly she would have to pay for her own lawyer, her own defense, if she is sued in the course of her duties. There's a question of who pays the services that are rendered by my colleague and I. As you recall, the trustees voted to approve the hiring of us, and that comes from the village of Dalton. Are you bringing me one more question, man? Come on up.
Shout out to Mojo Jojo. If you know, you know.
Okay.
How much did this cost? That's the question.
There's a question that whether the village will be able to get federal or state funding to bail us out of this mess.
Nope.
And the answer is, I think that's a matter that the trustees are actively pursuing. There's a question, have all of your findings been given to the FBI and any agency concerned? Maybe we all turn and wave to our friends in the federal government who are surely watching this live stream. What I will say is we have been in contact with members of the U.S. Attorney's Office who are investigating this matter. I know that the FBI has also been in contact with various people who have information about the allegations that are here. What they intend to do and the timing of that, no one really knows except for them. I just sort through and see if there are any other questions.
No, it's all the same shit, yeah. Nothing new.
Someone asked, the $5 million grant, was it mismanagement or theft that we did not get it? As I mentioned before, there's a process by which a municipality that gets an appropriation has to claim it. There's no evidence that that process was followed. There's a question of when can vendors expect past due payments to be handled? I'm aware that the trustees are working diligently to try to work through the number of vendors who are owed goods and resources, but recognizing that village resources are tight. There's a question of how much money is owed to credit cards. I think we covered some of that in our report. The trustees have substantially cut down access to credit cards, so we expect credit card spending to go down. Most of the payments were made and the balances paid in total at the time that they were incurred. And there's a second question, is Tiffany going to be held responsible to repay the money spent on the ice rink? That's a very good question to which we don't have the answer. Okay, all right, we've got final 3 questions. All right, actually, final question. The others were request to get a copy of the PowerPoint deck. How many laws have been broken? Good question, but impossible to quantify. Thank you all. Thank you all for your time and attention.
Jason got something to say. Jason, hurry up.
We want to thank everybody for coming out, and on behalf of the Dalton residents, board of trustees, we want to ask everybody to give a round of applause to Mayor Lightfoot for her hard work.
Oh, they cut it off? ABC7 said, cut it. It's not funny. It's not funny. Anyway, what did we learn? Yeah, I think y'all said that they have tile at the skating rink, and I don't know. Money was spent, child. I don't know. But Lori made some money, child. Lori definitely made some money. They are on who is this? The Dalton Trustees page. Tomorrow is Thornton Township meeting, FYI. So I guess we got to do that.
Summer clearly had a change of heart, and it's been very instrumental in making sure that we got access to the financial records that were critical for us to be able to provide this information to you. So I just want you to keep that in mind. Thank you, Mr. Freeman, for what he has done to work with the trustees and legislative council to make sure that there was more transparency, particularly around financial matters for the village. Thank you all, and good night.
Yeah. You're welcome, child. You're welcome. Anyway, so that's that. So then tomorrow, now you captioned this the non-disciplined principal. Keita said, boo to the trustees. How about the fact that she said she did name those names, everything that Keith Freeman was doing, but they want to say, oh, Keith is acting right now. Yeah, we like him. Fuck that. He got to go. Then she said, oh, yeah. And then she went and hired, what is her name? Carmen Carlisle. Now they want to be all on her ass. Fuck that. She got to go too. Chris Gonzalez, whatever he voted for, that they was just talking about a second. Oh, to get Nate off of the supervisory board after the mistake that jackass made. Fuck that. He got to go too. But no, they want to keep him. They want to keep him around. Let him turn around and be in the same daggone situation or worse. Those daggone Kwame Raoul and the fat Fred Flintstone, they don't give one damn. I just saw a article where they're talking about they have now gone there to get illegals and migrants and newcomers and all those people. And Kwame said, it's not right. We're here to help all the people. Child, you ain't helping the people down the street that live there and pay daggone taxes. But child, if they ain't paying attention, I don't know what to tell them. If they ain't paying attention, then I don't know what to tell them. He just said that. I just saw it on damn news. He trying to protect them and they ain't said one word about what's going on down here in this damn town. I'd have been moved. I'd have been left that damn. I'd have left my house if I couldn't sell it. Now Tiff is in contempt. I'm waiting to see if she goes on. Hold on. She probably ain't on that quick. No. But I wouldn't surprise me that she comes on and starts talking mad sure and it's a conspiracy theory. You don't know what I go through. But I persevere because the Lord is in my life, child. Girl. Keith said Nate's going to shock folks to win Thornton supervisor. I feel like they got nothing to lose. Just put him in there. That other dude is already the senator, and he just, I don't know, something about him don't sit well with me. I don't even know who the other people are. Maybe they good. I don't know. I don't care. But if they end up back in the same situation, I'm going to just be here to be the I told you so. You want to keep those same criminals. The only reason, basically, that is what Lori just kind of confirmed as well. They seemingly didn't start changing their ways until the FBI started handing out subpoenas and saying, I want your money. I want this information. I want these books. I want that. I want this. I want. Then all of a sudden people was like, yeah, give me an accounting of everything and I'll pay it. No, bruh, that's not how that works. You think Jerry Jones allegedly ain't did nothing wrong, Bueller? You think Carmen allegedly ain't do nothing wrong, Bueller? You think even Chris Gonzalez allegedly didn't do anything wrong, Bueller? I can't. Oh, what is this? Hey, Jermont Terry. Oh, she about to answer a bunch of damn questions. That will be on the news, child. Can't nobody understand that mess. Where is CBS Chicago said, F y'all, we done. Let me see if Critical is still on. Critical was on reality TV. Nothing. A room full of the same people. Good luck to those people, child. Woo. Woo. No comment. No comment. All right. Listen, all right. I'm done with this. Okay. Until tomorrow. All right. So let's just do a Kendra G, child. One, because she said that she don't want nobody to do it. And two, we got to lift the mood, y'all. We got to lift the mood. All right. So, if you was here yesterday, you saw that Kendra G said that nobody know how, well, she directed it to men this time. Last time I lumped myself in there because she said small penis. I was like, all right, girl, I take it. All these men can't make their own comment or content. They got to live off a woman. They got to live off a black woman, a woman. Child, they said that Single by Choice didn't really go in on her. I heard Thon earlier go in on her. I think I seen Poor Man's Podcast. He said he gonna do one anyway. Okay, Kendra G, child, you ain't learned how YouTube work yet. Girl, goodbye. Just girl, goodbye. Yo, exactly. Kendra G, the gift that keeps on giving, and all these biatches that keep coming on here, child. Half damn crazy. All right, so this is a mom to one. All right. Wants an honest, loyal man that can lead her. It's fine if he's medium ugly. So all you ugly ones can get it. All right. In case you was worried.
I can't hear you, Mama.
Come on, get it together.
There we go. Kyra, where are you calling me from?
I'm calling from Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit. How old are you?
I'm 30.
30. What you do for a living? All new Kendra G Singles dating app is about G Singles.
I do medical billing and coding.
Medical billing, coding. Do you have any kids?
I do. I have one son. He's 10.
10. Have you ever been married?
No.
No. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Pisces.
Pisces.
Yep.
So we got Kyra, Detroit, 30, Pisces, medical billing and coding. One son, that's 10. All right, girlfriend, what kind of man are you looking for?
Okay, I'm looking for number one, a leader. I need somebody that can lead me, somebody that can teach me things, show me things, just be dominant in a relationship. I'm looking for somebody that's honest, somebody that's loyal, somebody that, is strong-minded, not easily influenced by like family, friends, social media, things like that, like somebody that has their own mind. And yeah, somebody that just can support me and be there for me.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers. Okay. Deal breakers are baby mama drama. I cannot do that. Any type of drama. Like if you're in anything, like in the streets, I don't want any of that. Like I don't have time for none of that.
Sounds like a good choice right now. What y'all think? I think this is good. No baby mama drama, no drama. She wants you to lead her. Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Bueller? Okay.
I don't want any of that. So that's a deal breaker. Like if you drug dealer, pimp, whatever. I don't.
Hold on. Wait. A drug. Wait, ma'am. Now you're going off the rails. I'm trying to help you.
So that's a deal breaker. Like if you drug dealer, pimp, whatever. I don't.
Child, what? I would never say that. I don't want no more drug dealers or pimps. Ma'am, who are you hanging out with? Who is she hanging out with? No drug dealers, no pimps. Who says that? I can't. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. Keita said, I didn't know pimps were on the market. Clearly, right? Child, what in the world? I'm telling you, they be telling on themselves.
Lying, manipulative, and then just somebody that can't take accountability for their actions. I say those are at the top of my head. Like, that's all I can think of right now.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
I like a handsome man, but I don't have a specific type. So, like, all that dark skin, light skin. I mean, yeah, like, I'm not really into that. But, I do like something to look at. I do also like medium ugly, too, though. So, like, if you are not, like, the most handsome man in the world, that's fine, too. Like, I can be attracted to you off your personality, just have a hint of something that I could be attracted to. I'm attracted to features. So that's my big thing. Like you might have some nice.
So if you medium ugly, she could be attracted to you. She could be attracted to you if you have a quality that she likes. Now, what quality do y'all think that she would like to let you be medium ugly and it be okay? And you spelled that wrong, Tyrone. It is SYCBM, gentlemen, SYCBM.
Lips, I might like your eyes, something like that. So just handsome, medium ugly.
Medium ugly is the new term, child. Though I hate the word ugly, but that's what y'all using these days. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Certain amount of money. I don't have a specific number on that, but I do want you to, number one, have everything you should have as an adult. So I don't want you to have like any roommates or anything like that, sharing cars with anybody. So as long as you're just like, where you are supposed to be at this age, I'm fine. Yeah, that's all I would say. As long as you got your stuff together, I'm good.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay.
Okay. It's small. Are you short?
I'm 5'2".
Okay. Itty bitty thing. When was your last relationship, Kyra?
My last relationship ended like 3 months ago. It was 9 years, so it was a long-term relationship.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time?
9 years. Why would you waste your time 9 years? I always want to know, how could you like go like past 3 whole years and just be somebody's girlfriend at this age? In my opinion, like she only 30. So that means since she was 21, she was in this relationship. Now it's just over after 9 years. And who think that it's really over? I'm assuming that's who the 10-year-old is by. Yo, she said the kid was 10 years old, right?
Time he was intimate with someone.
3 months.
3 months ago. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Okay, I wrote those down because I really had to think about it because I've been to therapy and all of that, like to work on the things that I feel like were really a problem for me, like as far as my temper and stuff like that. So, but I'm good with that now. I didn't learn stuff through therapy and anger management. I don't let nobody get me now. But okay, so my 3 flaws. Number 1, I would say I'm kind of clingy. So if I do like you, I do want to be around you. And like, I might not be okay with going 2-3 days without talking to you because I might lose interest. I hate that about me too. Like if I don't talk to you for 2-3 days and I'm dating and I go on a date with, the next guy and he's, there making me laugh, having a good time, then I'm thinking like, well, where were you for 2-3 days? Because this guy done slid in and, now my attention is elsewhere.
So what's wrong with that? That's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, I guess so.
Here's the deal. This is the problem I think a lot of girls make. If he's not your man, if he hasn't decided to take you off the market, date.
Ma'am, you said nothing to her when she just said she's in a relationship for 9 years. But now because of 2 days, goodbye. Now Kendra got something to say. See, this is why you're a problem a little bit, Kendra. And I'm not beefing with other YouTube content creators. How you just gonna let 9 years slip on by? Walk on by. And then she says 2 to 3 days. And where you been for 2 to 3 days? And I'm gonna go ahead and go out with somebody else. Well, you should. Oh my God. How do we get here, y'all? How do we get here? Oh, you know what, y'all? I apologize. I need to read these super chats. I apologize. Let me go back. Give me a second. Let me shout out the Measured Man. Appreciate you. He said, someone explained edges to me because I began to understand on another channel. So trying to locate Beetlejuice's edges. Maybe that is where she stored the information we gave her 6 months ago. Y'all ain't playing no game. Shout out to B Will for the $5 super sticker. I appreciate you. Shout out to Trend with the 5. He said, mama them going crazy tonight, titillating. You ain't shit. I don't think he's still here, but still. Shout out to Trend. Shout out to Tato Reaper with 5 memberships. I see you. I appreciate you, hun. Please make sure you thank Reaper if you did get a membership. Shout out to Mr. Wombat. He said, salute to everybody, even though what? We really out here watching PowerPoint powered by Beetlejuice. There better be refreshments afterwards. This is it. This is it. That's all I got for you. Shout out to Trent with a 5. I appreciate you. He said, love watching the MSG. Oh, Lord. The MSG generals, lieutenants, captains. Big shout out. Whatever. If I missed you, Medic, I apologize. He said, let's go Beetlejuice. Give us some receipts. That did not happen. But shout out to everyone who did donate. I do see you. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for all of your support. Back to this biatch. And I'm talking about Kendra, not the other girl. Just let 9 years just slide on by, child. Just let it slide on by. Not a big deal at all. But 2 or 3 days, medium ugly, you can forget it.
And you don't get married like your date. Like a lot of women make themselves exclusive to men before they even decide if they're going to be exclusive to you. So
you mean the woman you're talking to right now?
So I'm not saying have sex with everybody. So hear me clearly. But if he has not locked in you completely and all your undivided attention, then you absolutely should be dating other men. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. It's just with me, like I hate,
Do you think that she was dating any other people when she was in that 9-year relationship with no marriage and a kid?
Dividing my attention. I mean, I like it. I'm not gonna lie, but it's hard because I just totally lose interest. Then I don't want to talk to you at all. Which like you said, it's not a problem. You're not my man.
Well, no, you don't want to talk to me at all. You don't want to talk to me at all. No one's forcing you to talk to him.
I like always having to start talking to other people because like okay, I'm kind of off you now. Like you made me feel like you were able to go 2-3 days without talking to me, and I'm kind of cool on that. I'm not the type to trip on that. So maybe you confirm it. Okay, I'm how I should be.
Well, it's the reason why. It's the biggest mistake women make. because what happens is in the dating process, they make the guy boyfriend, husband. They literally cut off other people, but that guy hasn't even made you his girlfriend. So if he doesn't make you his girlfriend, you absolutely have the right, and you should be busy, because at the end of the day, you shouldn't be waiting for him to make the decision. Women, y'all say y'all prize, right? If you're a prize, then move around. And again, I'm not saying having sex with all these guys, but whoever gives you the most attention is the guy that's supposed to get your attention.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Like I agree. So I take that back then. I'll think of another one. When Kendra said that's how I'm supposed to be, y'all. So okay, another thing about me. If we have like an issue, like if we have an argument or if I got a problem with something, I really struggle with the type of people that's like, I don't want to talk about it right now. Like, I don't want to talk about it right now. We'll talk about it later. I struggle with that because I'm like, I want to talk about it now because I'm so, emotional. That's gonna mess up my day. I'm gonna be thinking about it like, dang, I wish we could have just settled that.
Well, at least she admits she's emotional. At least that. Robert said she probably was pregnant when she got with the 9-year guy. Well, if the kid was 10, that quite possibly could be true. But Kendra, don't be listening and asking the right questions, if you ask me.
Talked about that, like got it out the way. And I feel like, you okay with going about your day and we got into it or we got an issue or, something on my heart and I can't talk about it because you're not ready. But I understand some people not like that. They don't want to talk right then and there. Maybe, they got their own personal issues. Maybe they feel like they're going to blow up. I don't know. But I really struggle with that. And I would say that's my flaw because everybody's communication style is not like mine. Like I'm real direct. I want to know what's going on. I want to talk about it right now. But I need to understand, and I learned that through therapy too. Everybody is not like that. You can't expect everybody to be how you are. So I would say, that's another flaw. Just being able to let stuff ride, like give you your time if you need to breathe, just kind of chill out a little bit.
Okay.
One
more?
Yep, I got one more. So like I could like you, but
wait, what did you say? It went out.
I get turned off real easy.
Okay.
I get turned off real easy. And I mean that by like, if we like on a date and I'm feeling you, everything is going good. And like at the end of the date, you get out the car and like your butt crack is out. I can't do it. I'm turned off immediately because it's like, why would you do that? Is your underwear too small? I don't even understand how you don't feel that. How you don't feel the air breeze on through. I don't know. But I get turned off real easy. So I'm trying to look past stuff. I know everybody's not perfect. We're not robots. Stuff is going to happen. But I get turned off so easy. So yeah, that was my flaw.
Okay. Kyra, why would a guy be lucky to be with you, sweetheart?
Well, I'm real supportive. I'm not into drama. I'm not gonna.
Oh, you hear how she's real supportive, y'all. She's so supportive that if you get out of the car and your ass crack is showing, she gonna be turned off. That's how supportive she is to you. Something as stupid as that to say, I can't deal with you no more. Look at that. Oh, anybody interested? If she was supportive, maybe she should say, boo, let me buy you a belt because I'm tired of seeing the crack of your ass. That's something I would say. Now, listen, nigga, I'm tired of seeing the crack of your ass. We need to go buy your ass a belt. She gonna be like, no, I'm done, moving on. But stayed in that relationship which ended with nothing for 9 years. Somebody lying around here. Somebody is lying around here.
Don't bring any drama to you. I'm real chill. I bring good vibes, good energy. I could be your piece. I cook, I clean. I got my own money. I take care of business. And yeah, feel like I'm fit for a wife.
Fit for a wife.
Oh, now she fit for... Yo, now she fit for a wife. Kendra, this is the perfect chance to ask why she stayed for 9 years if she's a wife. She ain't gonna ask.
Okay, we got some paid questions. Let me stop eating candy, Sean. Deshaun said, hi, Kyra, I'm Deshaun. I stay in Warren. Nice to meet you. You seem like a woman a man can take care of. I appreciate your demeanor. I'm on the app, so I'll say hello there. Deshaun.
There you go. Now, before y'all say that Deshaun is a simp, because I know that's what y'all about to say. Maybe he just sees something that y'all don't see. Maybe he just is medium ugly and he related to that. And so now he's going to go and call her, and he totally missed the 9 years and the 10-year-old kid and the ass crack story. Maybe he just didn't hear it. That's all. He could have hearing problems when you medium ugly.
Deshaun Rose. Let me see if I can find him. Let's see if his name is Deshaun Rose on the app.
Yep,
Are you on the app, Kyra?
I'm on the app.
Okay, let me see. Let me look for him first. Let me see if I can find Deshaun. Is Warren close to you?
Yeah, Warren is not far at all. Warren is actually.
Okay, let's see if I can find him. Okay.
Sure.
He said he's in your area. This is the guy. All right, well, let's get Warren. Like, okay.
Look at her face. Y'all think she interested? Look at her face. Hold on. Look at her face when Kendra showed a picture. Medium ugly. I thought she said medium ugly.
Okay, let's see if I can find. Okay, he said he's in your area. This is the guy. Let's get Warren. It's like, okay.
She
okay, well, the guy's got sliding his DMs. Okay, why do that? What's your name on the app?
My name on the app is Kyra. Now I only have one picture on there. I'm gonna update it.
There's a couple Kyras.
Well, I got my last name hidden.
You're 30?
Yeah.
Maybe this is. Oh, this is you.
Yep, that's me.
Okay, this is her. So put in Kyra on the app. Deshaun, you can send her a message right there. Y'all can do DMs now on the app, and you can shoot your shot. So send her a message. Deshaun already shooting her a shot. So fellas, y'all better
look at her face. She's sitting there saying, "Kendra, don't tell that man to reach out to me." Look at, hold on. Let me go ahead and catch this face right here. Hold on. She is not interested in that man. She said $10 ain't enough. You got to send 50. Yo, Uncle Diggity, shout out to TC. Access denied. Man, don't even bother. Don't listen to Kendra. Why can't people read the room? What is the problem? Child. Lord, this is not hard.
hurry up. Y'all already late. This is Kyra on the app. You can also put the heart and the star if you want to get her attention, but this will get her attention the fastest if you send her a message. You can send a voice message too.
Yeah. Most of my are on Instagram, so I got to put them on the app. So give me a little bit of time, y'all. I'm gonna put some more pictures on there.
Malcolm said, y'all love using the word ugly. How would you rate you?
What, like on a scale, like 1 to 10?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, I feel like everybody should think they're a 10. If you were listening, I also said I don't think anybody's ugly. I think everybody, looks good to somebody. Everybody has features. I said I look at features. I said medium ugly because some people do consider, it a black and white thing, ugly or, handsome. So I said that because if you don't think you're handsome or what society would consider handsome, then, that's why I said that.
Okay.
I thought she worked on a little bit of her anger management. Sound like she had a little attitude there. She knew she thinks she's a 10. Don't miss that. She said 10. Everybody should think they're a 10. Oh, is that what they should think? Okay, girl. Go on, girl. Look at that face. Good luck to Deshaun.
Divine Photo says, you want a man to be accountable? Do you take accountability for having a kid out of wedlock? If a man said he want a woman medium ugly, it sounds dumb.
Okay, well, that's fine. What's his name? Whatever. That.
Shout out to our friend Divine Photos. Well, let me get Kendra's face right there. Woo! That makeup ain't working too well lately. Cha. Gone.
That's fine that you feel that way. When I had my kid, I was 20 years old. So, it was a situation that was going on that I really don't want to talk about. And, things went ugly and things happened. My kid is taken care of. And that has nothing to do with accountability. Nobody asked me anything about my son to where I would have to take any accountability. I said my son is 10 years old. So I don't understand where you're going with that question. You might have to reword that to make it make sense because I don't get it.
Okay.
She don't get it. That's fine. Shout out to Divine Photos. So then the person she had the kid with is not even the person that she was in a relationship for 9 years. Whoever said that, when you noticed that she said 9 and he was 10. So right after she had a baby, baby drop, he came through. What y'all think? That's what that sounds like to me. I can't imagine what the problem is around here. Shout out to Sam Major. I haven't seen that name in a while.
Sam Major said, what is your salary requirement? Does her baby daddy make that?
Okay, clearly y'all weren't listening. Like, I don't understand. I said it's no set limit on that as long as you have everything that you're supposed to have as an adult. And if your ducks are in a row, then I'm okay with that. So I don't have a salary requirement. That's what I said. And my child's father is actually deceased. So I don't think that's any of your business to even mention that. But yeah, and that's that.
I wonder why. Rest in peace to that man. Is he deceased or was he taken on up out of here? Because she did mention, what did she mention in the beginning? D dealers and PIMPs. I'm just saying, ma'am, you already gave us, you gave me enough. D dealers and PIMPs, and your baby daddy is deceased. So I'm going to just go ahead and jump to a conclusion. You put the information out here. That's all I'm saying.
I think the medium ugly really triggered a lot of people. It says, I'm willing to bet her baby daddy ain't none of what she requires this next joker to be. Medium ugly isn't a compliment, ladies.
Y'all are offended by Do y'all know what that means? So medium ugly is basically like you look good, but you don't look too good. Like I don't like a man that's picture perfect. I don't like a man that
Medium ugly sounds like something I would hear from my granddaughter. She's 10, y'all. From my 10-year-old granddaughter or her 10 to 12, 13-year-old friends. This is a grown woman raising a child in a 9-year relationship talking about she gonna be done with you after 2 to 3 days, but she stayed for 9 and got nothing out of it. Not even, well, I guess it's good or not, I don't know. Not even a kid, which is probably good at least. With a deceased baby daddy to the kid. Girl, talking about she don't want no D dealers and PIMPs. Attitude, that's what it is. I thought she worked on that. Remember, she said she worked all of that through and worked it all out. That's what these questions will get y'all to see when they start answering questions that they ain't interested in answering. So she wants you to come to her because she's attractive. I'm not gonna hold you. She's not ugly. So she thinks that you're gonna come to her just because she's attractive and be another 9-yearer. Ma'am, you wasted 9 years of your life. Goodbye.
as like, you know, the poster child of
I think that no matter how you put it, ugly just is never positive, right? The word ugly, no one's gonna receive positive. And I have a
wait, let a man come on here and say that he'll take a woman that's medium ugly. How y'all think that's gonna go, Bueller? How you think that's gonna fly? Oh yeah, she could be medium ugly. Who you think you are? MSG? Ciao.
You know, I host a show and I tell people, whenever you, I don't like the word ugly, but when people use the word ugly, they receive energy like this. It's like, this is energy that comes back. This is the last one. What do you consider ugly? For me, it's negative attitude, raggedy, bad hygiene, and stupid.
Yes, I would say ugly is like, I mean, I hate that I even said that because I don't think y'all heard me when Kendra was talking the same time I said it. I said, like, I don't.
Ma'am, now she's going to say that Kendra was talking the same time that she said medium ugly. Girl, anybody interested? Bueller. SYCBM, gentlemen. SYCBM.
Really consider anybody ugly because I look at everybody and even some people might have potential. It might just be, you know, whatever. I don't know. And I'm not saying I'm the best thing walking. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, ugly to me, if I had to, you know, put a description to it, I would just say somebody that just doesn't take care of themselves, like maybe stink, maybe like, you know, they're missing teeth, rotten teeth. You know, just don't take care of their appearance, I guess. But
okay, this last one, this is more positive. I pay attention to detail. I'm glad Kyra doesn't have those pointy nails, letting me know she's not a follower.
Oh yeah, no, I like medium or
girl, that's what you had to bring. That's what she had. Goodbye. Ciao.
nails.
Okay. All right, that's it for the paid questions. Let's start around again. You already said why I gotta be lucky to be with you, right?
Yep, I did.
Here's Kyra. She's on the Kendra G singles.
Y'all interested? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Bueller? Exactly, Shazam. You can say that you don't like medium ugly, but as soon as you start talking, if anybody's really paying attention, your ugliness comes out anyway, even if you're physically attractive. You can be as beautiful as you want to. If you got a nasty attitude, a poor attitude, or a funky ass attitude, or you can't deal with nobody, you can't hear a difference of opinion, you want everything what you want when you want it, all that stuff gonna come out anyway. It's gonna come out quick. You better go find a 9-year. Not that she won't find nobody, because we already saw Deshaun is gonna be hitting her up, but she is not interested in Deshaun. I wish she would see we could see a picture of her baby daddy or the 9-year. Because the 9-year could come back at any time, allegedly. And then what? Anyway, y'all. All right, I'm done with it all. That's enough between Lori boring me to death. I tried to make it better with her, but she get on my nerves too. Everybody get on my nerves. Not y'all. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, y'all, we're back tomorrow. Back tomorrow. Thornton Township, it looks like. We got to see what's going on. See if Tiffany shows up. See if they mention anything about the Lightfoot report, even though it wasn't anything much of anything, in my opinion. But y'all, what the hell do I know? So hopefully y'all will be here. Shout out to everybody that was here, stayed this long. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Tomorrow we on at I might make it a little bit later since it's Thornton and since it's Tiffany, they'll probably be late because ain't nobody got time to sit around here waiting around for her. But we gonna do it anyway. So probably maybe 6:30 EST, 7. Look out for the thing. I'll put it out later tonight or tomorrow. Shout out to y'all again. I appreciate you. I see you all in the next one.
Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. Beyonce.
Carry on.
Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. 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 Hold up. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce.